Hello, everyone. Hope you're all having a good day today. Today, here on my channel, we have episode 2, season 2 of my Fantasy Fight series. And this is a matchup that I've really been wanting to give my thoughts on for quite a long time. For many, many years, a lot of fans have felt that you could take many of Spider-Man's villains, put them up against Batman, and take many of Batman's villains and put them up against Spider-Man. And in this matchup, I have Sergei Kravenov, aka Kraven the Hunter, versus the Batman, Bruce Wayne. So without further ado, let's get this started. Kraven the Hunter made his very real name is Sergei Kravenov, and he made his very first appearance in the 15th issue of the original Amazing Spider-Man comics back in May of 1964, and was created by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. Sergei Kravenov was born and raised in Volgograd, Russia in the early half of the 20th century. He was born into aristocracy, the son of Grand Duke Nikolai Kravenov and Grand Duchess Anna Makarova. However, in 1917, when the Russian Revolution occurred and the rise of the Soviet Union, his father poured his fortune into one final escape, purchasing Kraven the estate in New York City. He brought his family there, but as time passed, Nikolai's despair grew, leading him to disregard his status. He even engaged in a relationship with one of his servants, Sonia, who bore his son, Dmitry Smirdikov, better known as the Chameleon. However, Nikolai couldn't bear to face Dmitry and Sergei, who would often bully his illegitimate half-brother. When Dmitry departed with his anemic Gustav Fiers, his absence went unnoticed. Sergei grew distant from his homeland, and his mother descended into madness, leaving his father feeling utterly abandoned in a foreign land, resigned to a fate of solitude and eventual demise. In 1921, Sergei crossed paths with Aja Orisha, who have been exiled from Wakanda. United by their shared experience as exiles from their homeland and the loss of her husband, they formed a deep bond. Together they raised her child, Takar. Aja took Kraven with her back to Africa, where she imparted upon him the teachings of Wakanda and instilled in him a passion of the hunt, thus earning him the moniker Kraven the Hunter. Despite her affection for him, Aja recognized the darkness within Kraven. Upon their return to New York City, she subjected him to the rigorous Janssen ritual involving sacred herbs and potions. Tragically, Sergei succumbed to the effects of the ritual. Although he was meant to remain in a state of darkness for 2 weeks, he unexpectedly revived after just 4 days. The ritual, instead of quelling the darkness, exacerbated it, leading Kraven to blame Aja for his torment. Consumed by his newfound darkness, he departed for Africa alongside their adopted son, Takar, renaming Gregor Kravenov. Kraven, discovering his accepted aptitude where he secured a job in Kenya, initially employed conventional hunting methods. He gradually honed a preference for confronting formidable beasts with nothing but his own hands. With the aid of a serum, he acquired the strength, agility, and acute senses akin to those of a jungle predator. Furthermore, the potion bestowed upon him an extended lifespan and ensuring his enduring health and vitality for many years. Skip all these later. At some point, the notion of a big game hunting began to bore the hunter. So his associate, later revealed to his half-brother, proposed to Kraven that he must hunt Spider-Man, and thus gave Kraven new purpose in life. Kraven gained powers by drinking rare exotic jungle elixirs given him by his voodoo priestess lover, Calypso. These elixirs gave Kraven the strength and speed of a savage beast, all the better to catch Spider-Man. Despite being assisted by his half-brother, the Chameleon, his scheme failed, and he was deported from the U.S. He returned soon, however, first alongside the Chameleon, where he was caught by Iron Man. Unable to best the wall crawler on his own, Kraven sought strength in numbers, and therefore became a part of the original Sinister Six, along with Dr. Octopus, Sandman, Mysterio, Vulture, and Electro. So yeah, that's basically the backstory of Kraven the Hunter. He's a classic, legendary, and beloved Spider-Man villain. So let's get on with his powers and abilities and skills. The chemical/magical enhancement. After Kraven ingested Calypso of mythical potions, his physiology underwent several changes, endowing him with superhuman physical attributes. The powers he gained put him on top of the food chain, as they were even greater than those of Captain America, who is himself considered a pinnacle of human evolution. Kraven is far better, stronger, faster, and more cunning than any human coupled with his skills. Kraven is truly a dangerous and deadly adversary. He possesses superhuman strength, capable of lifting of at least 2 tons. However, due to his impressive fighting experience, his strength is enough to go toe-to-toe with Spider-Man. He has superhuman speed. He's capable of running and moving in speeds much beyond that of the finest human athlete. At his peak, Kraven could sprint short distances at speeds up to 660 miles per hour. He has superhuman stamina. His muscular produced considerably less fatigue toxins during physical activity than the musculature of an ordinary human. He could exert himself at peak capacity for several hours before fatigue begins to impair him. While far from invulnerable, he is somewhat tougher and more resistant to injury than the body of an ordinary human. He was able to withstand great impacts and blunt force trauma such as when being punched and kicked by Spider-Man without injury. He has superhuman agility. Kraven's agility, balance, and coordination were enhanced to levels that were far beyond the human body's natural limits. His agility and speed are enough to keep up and even catch up to Spider-Man. He has superhuman reflexes. They are enhanced far beyond the human's natural limits. Extended longevity. Kraven's jungle potions drastically alter his natural aging, causing him to age more slowly than an ordinary human. Despite being 70 in his 70s, Kraven has the vitality of a 30-year-old man. Enhanced senses. Even before ingesting the serum, Kraven had peak human senses, but the ingestion seems to have enhanced him much further. He had considerably over facets, but is still affected by darkness. His sense of hearing is also greatly improved and has sensitive hearing. His smell is the strongest and most trained sense. Kraven is able to track prey by smelling alone and can remember different scents and their owners, much like a dog. He is a master combatant. Kraven is a master of many unarmed and armed forms of combat, and his skill is great enough to beat Spider-Man in one-on-one combat. Kraven has proved skill enough to overwhelm and defeat Daredevil in single combat. He is an also expert knife fighter. His fighting style is very savage in nature, and Kraven has developed a unique fighting style by fighting wild and vicious animals with his bare hands. His fighting skills are often enough to defeat Spider-Man in combat, a being with far greater strength than Kraven, along with beating vermin, required Captain America's aid for Spider-Man to defeat in single combat. He can also strike pressure points to paralyze his opponents. As a weapon specialist, he engages using a lot of melee weapons such as swords, knives, axes, stabs, and spears. However, due to his hunting experience, he's also skilled in range weaponry and has remarkable skills with firearms, rifles, and blow darts. Expert marksman. Kraven used all sorts of range weaponry during his life, and as a result, he possesses great accuracy with skill with guns and throwing weapons and also blow darts. He rarely misses his target. He's a master strategist and tactician. Master tracker and hunter. He has medical knowledge. He is very familiar with medicine and with exotic potions, drugs, plants, tranquilizers, and their effect on both human anatomy. He has amassed great knowledge about animal biology and has moderate knowledge about human anatomy as well. Master animal tamer. Kraven can subdue and train almost any animal. Animals have trained and show fearless loyalty to Kraven and follows orders almost perfectly. He is able to train 2 animals and then command in unison with flawless synchronization. Due to the skill, most people think he uses some sort of mind control. Minor occult knowledge. During Kraven's travels throughout the world, he came into contact with numerous tribes and civilizations. Thus, he witnessed many of their rituals and has minor skills in their performance. He was able to recreate the Calypso serum for himself and his family. So yeah, that is about Kraven. Now we move on to his combatant in this one. Let's see, we got Georgia, we got Addis, we got Thunderless, Sham, and Sri Lanka. Now, everyone should know about this guy. He is a legend. He is an icon. He is a fan favorite. And that is the Batman. Real name, Bruce Wayne. Made his very first appearance in Detective Comics issue 27 in March of 1939. Hold on one second. Make sure I got the number of the issue right. Yep, Detective Comics issue number 27. Got that right. Okay, so I'm going to give you the brief rundown of his origin and backstory since everyone knows who he is. He is the son of Thomas and Martha Wayne, who were wealthy billionaires. His father, Thomas, was a surgeon, an excellent surgeon. Um, when he was 4 years old, he fell down the family well into the caverns beneath Wayne Manor. Attaching of several bats. His father eventually came to his rescue. Would come to his rescue. These caves would later become the legendary Batcave. The age of 8 years old, after his fan parents and him were walking out of a movie theater, they were held at gunpoint by a mugger known as Joe Chill, who demanded the pearl necklace from his mother Martha. When his father, Dr. Thomas Wynne, refused to surrender it, they were killed in cold blood. They were shot down and killed in cold blood by Joe Chill. This traumatized Bruce so much to the point that he decided to one day instill fear through vengeance into the hearts of criminals. He would then be taken under the care of his butler, Alfred Pennyworth, who would become a surrogate father to Bruce. Now, as Bruce would get older, he would eventually he would spend the next 10 plus years of his life training his body and mind to the utmost peak of human perfection, and will go on to fight crime as the Batman, the Dark Knight. So, without further ado, let's get on to his skills. uh, all right, everybody, let us begin. Acrobatics. Bruce is an excellent gymnast and acrobat. One of his aerialist feat was surviving a 30-story fall with his bat rope. He's also good in aerial combat. He's got skilled in aviation. He gained his pilot's license when he was 18. He's a master of disguise. He's been trained by his butler, Alfred Pennyworth, who was once a stage actor. He's proficient in driving. He's a master escape artist. He's a master of escapology. He was trained in escapology by magician Giovanni Zatara, Zatanna's father. Batman has a genius level intellect. According to my research, I think he has an IQ of 192, which makes him smarter than the likes of Albert Einstein. Batman is a brilliant detective, strategist, and scientist and tactician. Um, he is widely regarded as one of the keenest analytical minds on the planet. To aid his crusade on crime, Bruce pursued study for various fields of knowledge, is many years away from Gotham. He is knowledgeable in polymath, biology, chemistry, computer hacking, criminology. He's got an eidetic memory. Bruce developed Total Recall, which he used to streamline his college education. He has memorized the entire layout of Gotham. He's also remembered every single detail of his worst moments. Electrical engineering. Bruce is shown to be proficient in utilizing Mr. Terrific's T-spheres. He's skilled in forensic science, gadgetry. He's investigation. I mean, the dude has been regarded as the world's greatest detective. He has mechanical aptitude, mechanical engineering, medical science. He's multilingual. He's able to speak Spanish, French, Latin, German, Japanese, Russian, Greek, Portuguese, Arabic, Sanskrit, Hindi, Thai, Farsi, Kryptonese. Yeah, he could speak Kryptonese, Mandarin, Eskimo, and Tibetan. He knows Morse code and can use it by tapping his fingers. He can also understand American Sign Language. He's also skilled at reading lips. He's excellent in tactical analysis. He has indomitable will. Batman's determination of strength of will makes him an extremely formidable opponent. He can tolerate massive amounts of physical pain. His willpower is strong enough to operate a Green Lantern ring. He has vast amounts of mental resistance, which was improved under Martian Manhunter. He's excellent interrogation, intimidation, lockpicking. Batman, like his buddy Superman, hates magic, but he allowed himself to learn a few spells to counteract it, which he learned from Satana. Martial arts. Bruce was trained in 127 forms of martial arts under various tutors from around the globe. Has honed his body through 1,000 battles. Bruce can impersonate someone in 463 ways without drawing blood. And I can identify any fighting style used by his foe and can identify any fighting styles used by his foe uses to develop a counter. He's defeated many skilled fighters, including Bane, Ra's al Ghul, Deathstroke, Lady Shiva, Black Canary, David Kane, Hawkgirl, Red Hood, King Snake, and Bronze Tiger. He's also good on Aikido, boxing, which he learned under Ted Grant, Dimak, Eskrima, Gata, Jiu-Jitsu, Judo, Kalari, Karate, Krav Maga, Kung Fu. He was trained in Kung Fu by Richard Dragon, Muay Thai, Mushin, Jiu-Jitsu, Puadatu, Savate, Salat, Taekwondo, Tan Tui, Vernum Kai, Wing Chun, Wushu, Yao Yan, and many others. He's also skilled in meditation. He's learned a different wide variety of meditation techniques throughout the years, which was pivotal for him to gain access over control, mind, body, and senses. Peak human conditioning. The man is strong as crap. I mean, the man was able to consistently bench press 1,000 pounds, which is basically half of 1 ton, and leg press 2,500 pounds, which is basically a ton and a half. His physical attributes, you see almost any Olympic level athlete. I mean, this dude, I mean, he's able to defeat those who are stronger than him, like Batman, Nightwing. Richard Dick Grayson said Batman is a master of the human condition. Once he got Ken with Etrigan, him in Stasis bed and the Fountain of Life and Nan departed. Batman has been strengthened, de-aged a bit, and has all his wounds and scars healed, making him stronger and faster. He has peak human agility. His agility is exceeded that of a Chinese acrobat and Olympic gymnast. He has peak human balance, peak human endurance. He can hold his breath for like 3 and underwater for 3 to 15 minutes. He can survive in the airless vacuum of space for exactly 27 minutes. He can go up to 80 hours without sleep. Tell me about it. He went through Thogel ritual that lasted for 7 weeks without food and water. Peak human reflexes. Bruce's reflexes are so honed to a degree that he has caught one of Green Arrow's arrows in mid-flight when he tried to shoot him. He's able to dodge gunfire at close range. He's got peak human senses, peak human speed, peak human stamina. I said peak human strength. I mentioned that before. His peak human strength is 1,000 pounds, and I said leg press 2,500 pounds, which is a ton and a half. This allows him to, like, punching a SWAT officer through a brick wall. He's able to break steel handcuffs. He was able to knock out a thug and disarm another thug with Chinese coins, capable of knocking out a hired sniper with a golf stroke. He even managed to break the tail rotor of a helicopter with the use of a small dagger. I mean, when nearly depleted, Batman managed to deliver at least 3 blows on Blaine while he was using venom that managed to shock and stagger Bane a bit. When it comes to Batman's strength, according to Deathstroke, Bruce's blows would have a lasting effect even after Slade's wounds heal. Bruce even managed to overpower Hawkgirl in the brawl between the Justice League of America and the Outsiders. Pedology, he has trained many members of the Bat family. Precognition, gene manipulation, sewing, stealth, survival, toxic immunity, tracking, weaponry. He's got marksmanship, he's stick fighting, and he's expert in swordsmanship. His batsuit. His legendary batsuit is composed of a Numix reinforced Kevlar and a small percentage of titanium. It's bulletproof and resistant to various types of attack, explosion, impact, blunt force trauma. It's also flame retardant insulated. His batsuit's legendary. Thank you. He's got his famous utility belt, which packs so many things for him, like his batarang, explosives, smart bombs, a memory erasing kit, a kryptonite ring, which was entrusted to him by Superman. He even has a button on his utility belt to call the Batmobile. He even has any memory erasing spray. I forgot all about that. He's got a memory erasing spray. He's got the Batroom. He's got the Bat computer in his Batcave. And so that is it for Batman. Obviously, there's a shitload of things we could talk about Batman here, but this fight right here, I think, is interesting because it's basically, I could look at like a count mouse game. Obviously, 2 of these guys are very strong, fast, and agile in their own right. Obviously, one has superhuman abilities while one has peak human abilities. But let's be for real, Batman has fought superhumans before and has lived to tell the tale. So, but this would be a hell of a fight in my opinion. I don't care what many people say. I'm going to give the slight edge to Batman because of his superior intellect. But honestly, I think Kraven would give him a run for his money. I think Kraven's a great character. Honestly, he's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Spider-Man villain of all time. He's a great character. And it'll be a hell of a fight. I think Batman would win, but not without recognizing just how good of a fighter, strategist, and tactician and deadly opponent Kraven is. So hope you guys enjoyed this fight. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And that's about it. Now let me bring on my guest. Hey, buddy.
Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up, Charles?
Hey, we're saying good shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you're getting
I
a
did
lot of
not see the
information.
Kraven movie, Sri Lanka. I heard it mostly was bad. I do like the acting. I played him, but from what I've heard, that he does well when he speaks in Russian, but when he speaks English, he doesn't have that Russian accent. Remember how he played Quicksilver in Age of Ultron? He had that Russian-like accent. I'm like, why doesn't he use that when he speaks in English for Kraven? Like, that makes no sense to me.
Whoever did the voice acting for Kraven in the Spider-Man game a couple years
Well,
ago.
which one? Just like he's done so many.
Well,
The
no, but
Spider-Man the movie
the most
game, he was
recent-
good in the Xbox version. And
the
Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, he was voiced by Jim Cummings.
the most recent one.
Oh, that guy. I forgot his name too, but he was great.
Mm-hmm.
He was a beast in that game. Holy shit.
And
They made him like a
he's
fucking
lost-
giant in that game. You see that shit?
What happened?
They made him into a freaking giant. Like he was like
Yeah.
in the comics, like 6 foot something, but in the comic in the movie, they're like, fuck it, let's make him a giant, 7 foot. He was a beast in that game.
Yeah. He was a tough boss to beat. I don't know
He
how.
should be. He's freaking Kraven. He better be.
Yeah,
But
I
when
would
you
give
play
the
him as
credit
Venom,
to Batman too, because
huh?
Batman could beat Craven like with like all the gadgets he has and stuff.
Yeah, but Kraven's got some pretty good shit of his own. I'm
Oh
just saying,
yeah.
I'm just playing Devin. Like, this would be a good fight. I don't care what anybody says. This would be a good fight.
hmm Oh, it would be a close battle.
That's the one Spider-Man I want to see Kraven fight with the most. I'll be like, what about the Green Goblin like that? Because I'm not saying the matchup would suck, but it just, I don't know, something about that matchup, Batman versus Green Goblin. I mean,
Ooh, that could
doesn't
be.
just sit well with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I just don't see it as like a battle that makes sense. Because the Batman already kind of has his Green Goblin and the Joker.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Joker doesn't. He's got toxic immunity, but he doesn't actually have a healing factor. He just cheats death randomly.
Oh yeah. So how you
So the
doing,
match
Hope?
played tomorrow, right? The match played tomorrow. Who do they play?
Yeah, we play the Pirates.
Who's pitching? Paul Skeens?
Yep, it's gonna be a tough game.
Should be.
We got Freddie Peralta
It's
going.
5-0 Yankees already. Top of the
Yeah,
fourth
you
inning.
guys are. Yeah, I was watching that game earlier, and I turned it off because I
Excuse
was.
me. Who's
But yeah,
pitching today? Oh, yeah, that's right. I think Freed's pitching.
Freed, and it was Logan Webb for the Giants, but I'm sure he's out of the game by now.
No, Logan Webb is in there, and Judge is 0 for, wow, Judge is 0 for 2 right now. Grisham is 1 for 3 with a 2 RBIs.
Yeah,
All right, Judge will get his hits in. I'm not going to bitch again. I mean, the guy just fucking won the MVP last year.
Yeah, I wouldn't be worried about Judge right now, especially since you guys are up 5-0 without him and Bellinger doing much.
Well, let's see what are Bellinger doing right now. Bellinger, McMahon is hit a couple. Wells is 2 for 2. Stan is 1 for 2. Caballalo's 1 for 2. Ben Rice has yet to do anything, and Bellinger has yet to do anything. So,
yeah, without
let's
your,
read the games on tonight. We forgot all about that shit.
it's all good.
I still gotta finish watching the He-Man stuff. I really enjoyed it. Master of the Universe Revolution, Master of the Universe Revelations. I really enjoyed that shit.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah,
I really.
Oh.
How's your dad doing, man?
I gotta play that game. I gotta find a way to play that game. Shattered Dimensions.
It's a great game. It's basically the best Spider-Verse game. Seriously. You got
It
Neil
looks
Patrick
like
Harris.
it from the videos I watch. It looks great. I think you could play as Spider-Man 2099, I think, in that game.
Judge just missed that pitch.
Oh, he almost hit a
I'm going
home.
to get going, man, all right? I'm going to end the live stream because I don't want to get copyrighted.
Oh, it's okay. Peace out, Charles.